has ever been nerfed. Just buffs across the board.
It looks like we won't have the DK, though.
Dang.
It looks the switch to Wolf, actually, I think is a really, really smart comfort pick.
Yeah.
For whatever it's
worth.
like, all right, so DK hits hard when he does land his hit. Wolf does the same thing, but he's not nearly as big, has plenty more ability to come off the ledge, and plenty more ability to control space, because that right there, Blaster. Seeing how well Ripka could respond to Blaster and navigate that ground space that's really important for Greninja to start combos is going to be the telling tale of this set, as Game 1 starts us off on Pokemon Stadium 2.
Okay, yeah, and against Greninja of all characters, another one that's a little bit more rare, but I wouldn't say particularly uncommon. But you always run into a Greninja player and you're like, dang, that's the bracket I got? Because it's like, there's not a whole lot of them, but enough of them for the character to still be a threat in the meta. And so we're going to see what SeveR can do against Ripka here. Ripka, of course, can be looking for those dash attacks, those down tilts, those falling nairs to go ahead and convert to up tilts, up airs, try to carry him off stage. And, you know, it's a good matchup, I'd say, to get accustomed to, right? Perfect way for you to practice all your combos on.
Certainly. Like Greninja himself and Wolf, both kind of combo fiends, combo targets. The way they like to push out laterally actually makes the stage really well suited to fighting each other. But Ripka's showing a very strong start so far. Not taking a lot of damage while netting that first stock.
Okay. And there we go, just like that, was able to find the first KO off of the down tilt up smash and trying to get that extension with these combos right here. Wow, what a Wolf flash out. I believe his stun just kind of did that raw. And back air to seal it out, and that's how you keep things close. And that's the thing about Wolf, like, he just be hitting harder than he should. Like,
that's the character's gimmick. Like, on the real, this character's gimmick is just really hard-hitting moves. The slowest of the Spaceys probably has the worst movement options, I would argue. But in exchange, makes every neutral interaction really count heavily.
That back air, like, did I have any business killing? Well, it did. And now, you know, we have ourselves a tie game. Ripka trying to go ahead and take a stock there. Oh, almost gets the shadow sneak. Haven't seen that come out in a little bit. That's always that kind of like keep this option in the bag for when I really need it most. And I'm surprised that SeveR actually didn't get caught by it. Great awareness there, just not be caught sleeping.
I like the little water shurikens we've seen Ripka throwing out constantly. Just a little bit of pressure to make sure that Wolf doesn't get too comfortable with the space that he covers. Because we've seen SeveR a couple of times throw out Blaster or just burst dash attack. And like, it's good at keeping space, but it's not fast enough to keep up with Greninja's tools at a distance. But Wolf's definitely got the power behind his tools. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, so before the hit, I think it was at like 101%, somewhere around there. Like, definitely not that high is the point I'm making here. But, you know, of course, weight and other factors matter. But with that said, I mean, now Ripka behind by a little bit, but hitting that point where it's like, all right, I start fishing for the down tilt, right? This is where I start looking for down tilt, falling nair, try and convert to a KO option. But SeveR's doing a really good job at shooting at the right moments here. He's getting hit. Oh, wow. I thought he was just going to blaster him one more time, you know, awkward jet him off the stage one more time, but that option probably works 9 out of 10 times. Surprised that didn't hit, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest separators between these two characters in particular. Wolf can afford to just put out a hitbox and have it kill. Be it down smash, be it up smash, even up tilt in certain circumstances. Greninja doesn't really get that privilege. Greninja, more often than not, has to find the hit confirm to lead into that kill option. And just putting out rush smash attacks, very risky because they're a lot more particular of attacks, as opposed to Wolf, who's a bit more generous.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Ripka had to fish there, right? How many jump, short hop, fast fall forward airs did we see before one actually connected and was able to secure the stock? And SeveR was doing a great job of extending the stock up until that point. Like, ah, dang, I got hit by the fair, but that's really the thing you're looking out for, right? Like, I can't get hit by the fair, I can't get hit by the down tilt. And if you're able to kind of avoid those two things, it takes Greninja a while before he's able to find a KO.
Well, in a situation like this, we just got really heavy sharking. Just like very simple juggles, which is impressive enough from Wolf because Greninja's got the speed to mix up recoveries, or at least returns to stage at any rate. Like hydro pumping to the ledge maybe even being a bit risky, but something that we might want to see from Ripka.
And I believe this is roughly where Ripka was around the last time where we saw SeveR get that up smash. I was able to KO. If I'm SeveR, I'm probably looking for this like one more hit just to tack on a little bit of damage, and then we're going to start fishing for KO options. But Ripka trying to get those long extensions off the combos there to see if he can maybe convert to either an offstage play or a KO, because Wolf is susceptible to being edge guarded.
Oh, certainly. As his percentages climb further and further, I feel like tools like back air and even dash attack, just to get Wolf out of the ground and potentially off stage, are further and further more rewarding.
Man, so you can just throw out the 1-inch punch just like that, because it's not a whole lot of end lag, safe even if it was shielded. So I love what SeveR is doing here, just throwing out these threatening hitboxes, but doesn't want to get too predictable here. Back air, forward tilt, right? He just keeps throwing them out because Wolf can do that, and why wouldn't you, you know? So nice try from Ripka there in that game, but was unable to secure the victory.
I'm curious to see what's going to adjust coming into game 2, because even though like Wolf's definitely packing a punch with every hit, and SeveR did a good job of proving that, it still felt like a fairly even game.
I agree. It was definitely one of those matches where, you know, it definitely could have gone either way. Ripka, I could definitely feel, especially in that last stock, it's harder, right, on the Greninja side there to just get that KO. As you can see, SeveR was just like, I have everything that I can more or less press, and as long as I can get them to hit, you are probably going to die. And also these moves don't have a long cooldown, and I can cycle through them so you don't really know which move I'm going to do at any given moment, right? If I do short hop back air twice, you are probably going to think I'm going to do a third back air, because why wouldn't you? And that's where I forward tilt, and oh look, you're dead. And that's the kind of mix up that Ripka has to deal with while also trying to find a KO of their own. It's tough, you know, it's very, very demanding.
Indeed. And I think this switch to Town and City for Game 2 is actually a really good decision by Ripka, because it's going to offer a lot more land to mix up where you're positioning yourself, whether it be aggressively or defensively. And it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Wolf to control that space.
Okay, and so far, I mean, platforms just dip, so it's going to be a pretty decent time here for SeveR to go ahead and try to get a little bit extra something. But as you can see, right, Greninja, like Falco, that vertical height off the jumps is something that's really hard to contest. So even though, like, usually you say, all right, in fighting games, like, you want to bait out the jump and then anti-air, but when someone just has so much more hops than you, it's tough to catch someone like this. So Greninja willy-nilly in the sky, and then SeveR kind of has to play for the landing.
Ooh, playing aggressively too. We should see the Wolf Flash coming out in neutral. Not sure if that was a misinput or not, but one way or the other, it gets SeveR right into Ripka's face, and that might not have been the best of situations as back air finds the kill.
And I love that as well, because I saw the DI on that, and I was like, oof, I don't know if that was the best, but even though he survived, I do love the fact that Ripka went off stage with the aggression there, because there's only so many options you got in that scenario.
Definitely. We saw in Game 1 that Ripka struggled to find situations where SeveR dropped defenses. An opportunity like that doesn't seem to come too often, so take what you can get.
Oh, I like that. Use a Shadow Sneak to get by the laser. Managed to get down to a drag down as well. Couldn't get a read off the platform. No punish on the up smash, which that has to feel bad. That could have been a whole lot of something. But with that said, Ripka's still in the lead, so you can't be too mad, especially in a scenario like this where you're up a stock.
Oh, and trying to go the Shadow Sneak to extend that lead even further. Not going to find the mark, but yeah, a little bits of damage here and there, and I think just very commanding of stage control is what's really making this lead matter for Ripka.
And SeveR, I'm trying to see, like, what's your option going to be? A back throw? Not quite enough juice on it to KO yet. Probably needs one. We'll probably do it in the corner, though. Oh, do that.
Just get him out! Be gone!
Nice and easy. Doesn't need to think too hard. Oh, whew! Oh man, I was sweating for my homie right there. I didn't know if he was going to land on the plat or even grab the stage, but it looks like was barely able to grab the edge right there. Probably wasn't expecting that jet to come out. But with that said, I mean, Wolf has no problem racking up damage, right? You get a down throw, you start your conversion from there, you get a falling forward air. Wow, what a read on go. Get tossed. Get tossed.
Yeah, no, this game 2 looking so good for Ripka. Just a bit of momentum really helping along. And it just seems like they're really comfortable with making this much space be theirs, whether it's them diving right into Wolf's face with Nair or throwing the water shurikens, getting off stage. Like, they're playing fantastically right now.
Oh, okay, and I'm trying to see what is SeveR going to do for the answer here. Is this just going to be a game that Ripka is able to snowball and just commandingly take away, or is SeveR going to be able to make a comeback here, right? Is he going to be able to get the conversions, get the damage? Wolf is easily able to do something like that, but first you have to find the hits, and right now they are nowhere to be found for SeveR.
Yeah, no, a very big difference from game 1 to 2. SeveR just not finding the mark on even little bits of damage. And it kind of invalidates the point that Wolf hits hard when he lands that single hit, so it doesn't matter that his combo strings are small. If he's not able to land anything, Greninja's able to run freely, but I say that and a few hits find their mark, and they're already at 110%.
And trying to get that forward tilt yet again, quick option. Not a whole lot of end lag, but is punishable. But wasn't able to find the mark there. Now SeveR kind of playing the game of, okay, I'll shoot a laser, up smash out of shield. Gonna go ahead and secure that one, but still some work to do here. Needs to get back on the stage. This is the first thing, right? You need to gain center stage, and then you're able to kind of start thinking about your conversions. And you can see, man, Ripka is commanding it. Oh!
Well, they're not going to do it. Really good DI and a very well-timed air dodge. Going to get him back, but kind of living on borrowed time right now. Heavy percentage deficit and not comfortable chilling at the ledge.
Nice.
Yep.
That was actually enough to KO there, because I was going to say, like, we saw quite a few raw fairs come out there, and they weren't finding the mark, but are also conditioning SeveR to go ahead and be like, I don't want to get hit by these forward airs. And then you come down with an air conversion to the back air. Well, that's something you weren't thinking about, right? But that's the thing with Greninja. You have to find the confirm, right? Because relying on raw fair or like raw up smash at KO percents is just not going to work.
All right, well, ooh. All right, game 3 is bringing us a small battlefield we're seeing. And this is going to be a bit heavier of a scuffle, I'd say. It's just a lot less space for Greninja to run away, and it's a lot easier for Wolf to command space without a lot of commitment. Nair and Blaster are going to do a ton of work for Wolf being able to take space away from Greninja.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting pick for sure. Now the space, especially, I don't know, it works in the favor of both of these characters. Like Wolf, of course, is able to get some pretty cool extensions off the platform, but I'd argue that Greninja can do so even better, right? So it's going to be a tough time in the punish game, but otherwise, we'll see. You know, I like the choice in terms of bringing it closer, keeping things personal, but sometimes that ain't the way. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, even just from looking at what... Ooh.
Okay.
What is this string? Ooh. What is happening? All right, no down smash.
That would have been crazy.
Oh, they're actually just going wild at the ledge. All right, I guess that's one way to respond to a lack of stage to control.
It's like, what do you do here? Like, you got dash attack coming out that gets stuffed out. You can see a good chunk of movement, trying to use these platforms as well. Nice little B reverse water shuriken to go ahead and try to confuse SeveR a little bit as well from Ripka. Oh, and has him in the corner. Man, just dash attacks out, man. Wolf players be so ignorant. They just dash attack out the corner whenever they feel like it. It always works. There is no justice.
It's a really rewarding dash attack. It takes up a lot of space, whether or not you get the late hit, early hit. Like, you're still able to do something with it. And also, look at how much space you're able to traverse with dash attack. Both of these characters, in fact. Not only do they get a lot off of dash attack, but it gets you nearly 1/3 the stage across. Excellent confirm from Ripka.
Go, and just to get the what was it, Nair and a forward air, I believe, there. Go ahead and secure that first stock, and now Ripka looking like they're in a pretty good position to go ahead and extend this lead. Now, granted, not a whole lot of really anything on SeveR here in terms of damage, so not going to have that rage for the added factor for the KO potential, but I think an up smash out shield will probably still KO around here. If not, it'll be close depending on, you know, relation to the ceiling, but we'll see. So far, SeveR's been struggling in this scenario, honestly. Like, you have all these moves you can throw to KO, but he's just not able to get them to hit. Like, even dash attack, get enough percent, that'll KO too.
Yeah, it's a really odd situation because as opposed to like game 1, SeveR from game 2 and 3 has just been struggling to have any presence on board. Whether it's landing hits, whether it's just returning to stage safely, they're just sort of playing Greninja's game right now, and that's tough.
And I think that first stock that we saw SeveR get, oh, is that efficient KO? Not quite, but you just go out and chase him, and now you'll have it. And that's going to be tough for SeveR as they're really struggling here. I think the one KO that they got in this game, they got from having Ripka trade with up tilt, and I think that's actually maybe an option they may want to explore more, right? Because, okay, going to do a lot of these high vertical falling neutral layers. Well, maybe if I throw out my up tilt at the right time, I'll be able to trade with it. But at this time right now, might be a little too late as Ripka has kind of stolen the show.
Yeah, the momentum flying in favor of the Greninja player and just making excellent use of all of the space that's around small battlefield. They've been playing the platforms fantastically from out the gate in Game 3, and it's really showing a lot of signs of struggle for the Wolf as Shadow Sneak almost finds its mark.
That could have been disastrous. Still not looking too hot, though, man. Just to get the Wolf Flash and the reversal off of the Meteor is going to go ahead and give SeveR a chance here. If I'm Ripka, I'm chilling. No, not yet. I'm not chilling yet. Not chilling yet. I was about to say, because if I'm Ripka, I'd be tight. But Ripka was able to hold it down. Didn't let his boots get rattled or anything like that. Was able to kind of hold the fort and say, you know what, I'll just get 1-2 more hits and then find the KO that way. Good adjustment from Ripka there. Because game one was looking tough, right? It felt like SeveR were just kind of throwing out hitboxes, whatever they felt like it. And it was tough for Ripka to really, like, get anything going because it felt like there was always a wall of hitboxes that they had to be looking out for. But then they decided, you know what, rather than play this game of trying to react to what your options are, I'm just going to be more aggressive than you are, so you don't have the chance to do that to me. And honestly, that's one of the strategies that, like, has proven itself over time, over many a game. If your opponent is just being too aggressive and you're not able to deal with it, the answer is often be more aggressive than they are so that they have to deal with it. And it worked out.
Indeed. In fact, it's going to be our first top 8 qualifier.